Have you ever wondered why your computer is running slow? Or perhaps it happens that you are afraid of losing your important data or information. Well, this might be because of computer viruses. Most computer attacks on computers today fall into one of two categories. The first category is malicious software programs that are created by threat actors to infiltrate the victim's computer silently and without his knowledge. Once on board, this software can intercept data, steal information, launch attacks, or even damage the computer so it no longer functions properly. The second category, which I won't be talking about, is tricking users. What is a malware? A malware is a software created to infiltrate the user's computer system without his knowledge or consent, and then performs an harmful or unwanted action. There are two main types of malware. The first is a virus, the second is a worm. Now I'm going to talk about a virus. We are going to see how it works just like a biological virus. A biological virus is an agent that enters a cell and reproduces itself within the cell. Once a cell is infected, the virus takes over the functionality of that cell. It turns it into a virtual factory in order to make more copies of the virus. The cell is then forced to produce thousands or 100,000 copies of identical copies of the original virus. A polio virus, for example, can reproduce itself more than 1 million copies of the virus within a single infected human cell. So then, what is a computer virus? A computer virus, just like its biological counterpart, infects a computer system. Strictly speaking, it reproduces itself within the computer without the user's action. So here you can see this is a virus stealing information, stealing data here, or even spoiling the computer. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about a worm. A worm is not like a virus. A worm infects the computer through the network. Once inside, it looks for a vulnerability in a program or the operating system. And then it looks for other computers on the same network in order to infect those computers that are having the same vulnerability. Now, I'm going to give you some few tips as to how to prevent virus infection. The first one is, of course, to have an antivirus software installed in the computer. Now, I've seen most computers that don't have antiviruses installed in them, which is very bad. Okay, it makes the computer to be very vulnerable to any unwanted file. Now, the second action is to keep your antivirus software up to date. This is very important because an antivirus is only as good as when it is up to date. Okay. The third action that you are going to do is to run regularly scheduled scans with your antivirus software. This will enable the computer or the antivirus to search through all the files within the same computer and get files that are infected by any virus of any sort. Now, when it is done, it gives you the chance to either delete the file or quarantine the virus, or maybe you can completely erase anything concerning that file, that infected file. Now, the fourth action is to keep your operating system current. Operating system manufacturers or designers, they always come up with patches that enable the computer to be very protected against any virus or worm. Okay. Now the next action is to secure your network. As you already know and said previously, a worm infects the computer through the network. So if you don't have a network that is secured, you will be subject to attacks, okay, from viruses or any hackers. Now, the next action is to think before you click. At times, and I know most of us, we have received email that contains links that we don't know where they lead to. Now, we shouldn't be in a hurry to always click on any link that we see in our email. You can probably hover over the link and see where it will lead you in if you click. Now, if you do not trust an email or a link, don't click on it. If even your bank sent you an email, if you see an email in your inbox and it's from your bank, do not click on the link. Do not click on the hyperlink. You probably can type the link in a different window and log in your bank account directly from the website. Think before you click. The next action is to keep your personal information safe. This is very important because this is what is going to protect all your data from hackers. The next one, don't use open Wi-Fi. Think about it. If you can access an open Wi-Fi, a free Wi-Fi, what an hacker can do with that open Wi-Fi. Think about it. Now, I've come to the conclusion of my speech. I can say that the best thing to do in order to protect your computers against virus information is to follow all the tips that I've given you. This is going to protect you forever. Okay. Thank you.